We got to talk about features, about some of these new social media tools that are happening. You know, I think we have a lot of tools in our possession. We have a lot of tools in our devices, but the big word I always hang my hat on is, you know, how do you use them? How do you engage your customers? How do you convert business? And I think tying to what Seth was talking about earlier about the branding, a lot of it's going to be very relevant here. So first things first, I think as an industry, we are behind the 8 ball most of the time when it comes to social. Would you guys agree as an industry, maybe not you in the room, as an industry, are we behind? Do some of you feel intimidated? Some. I won't ask you to raise your hand, I promise. But intimidation happens because we just don't know what to do with the tools yet. Sometimes I want to show you that the power of the tools that we have are some of the finest inventions and creations we've ever had. We just don't know how to leverage the power. So I want to talk about some of those today because the power you have really sits in the palm of your hand. It's already there. So how do we use it? So first things first, Zillow Group did a study, and it kind of even opened my eyes. I know that the generations are changing. I know that, you know, the age brackets of purchasing a home are changing dramatically. However, check out these numbers that Zillow Group found that more than half of home buyers are under the age of 36. That's a huge number. Now, maybe your market's a little bit more aggressive, but think about countrywide. Half of the home sellers are under 41. So I ask you this, where are they when it comes to online and off? Where do they go? Let's talk real quick. What sites are they? Where are they? What sites are they on? Instagram. Where else? Facebook, right? Still very, very popular. They're Snapchatting, right? So we have to ask ourselves the question, and we're going to talk about this now, is where are you? How are you connecting with them? And how do you actually, and this is the big part, how do you differentiate yourself in the noise? It's really noisy out there. We don't pay attention and listen enough sometimes. And the problem is we're always trying to talk on social. And I just want to give you a quick listening tip. I don't even have a slide for it. I just want to talk about it real quick. How many of you have clients on social media, on Facebook right now? Just on Facebook. Right, you got clients there. The problem is, if they made a post right now, right here, right now, by the time you get to it later or even a little bit later after lunch, where's that post at? It's in the noise, right? It's noisy. So you've got a customer that loves the transaction you did. 3 months later, they make a post. They're stoked about their house. You didn't see it, so you don't like or comment on it. How do they feel about you? Right? One of the most important things you guys should all be leveraging is putting all of your stuff in Facebook lists. You should have a strategic list of all of your clients. And by having a list called past clients, and you spend 10 minutes a day just going to that mobile device and going to your lists, and while I don't have time to show you the tutorial of it, I can spend 10 minutes having a cup of coffee, go to my list and see everything that they're talking about, not the noise. Because Facebook could be a time suck. It could absolutely be a time suck unless you're paying attention to your people. So create simple lists is just one of the tips I wanted to give you today before I dive into some of the other social media tools. I live on lists. All the people that matter are there. Now, I want to talk about micro moments. We live in a world of micro moments, whether you agree or not. We're trying to capture micro moments of our life. Plus, our attention span's like the attention span of a gnat, right? How quick are you trying to multitask 100 things? Phone rings, I'm on social, I'm trying to drive and steer with my knee, I'm trying to do all this cool stuff because things are happening at fast pace. So we live in micro moments. Let's define what a micro moment is. Billions of people right now on a daily basis are turning to Google, turning to search for 4 things. I want to know, I want to go, I want to do, and I want to buy. 4 things, micro moments. Now think of a micro moment for a second. What's a micro moment to you? I'll tell you what mine is. Here's just an example, and I'll dive into some really good stats on micro moments. Because this is how we capture our life and how we handle social. So a micro moment for me is this. My son is playing varsity football, junior this year. So last year they're playing a game, getting beat bad, 27-3, something along those lines. And the game is just terrible. However, the one piece of video clip I catch is him as an outside linebacker, breaks through the line, blocks a punt, scores a touchdown in the end zone. What's that, about 10 seconds? To me, they could have lost 50-3. Didn't matter to me. What was that micro moment that mattered that most? That 10 seconds. That one little play that I could share and hang on to when he's 37 years old, when he's 47 years old. That micro moment meant everything to me. So we capture things in micro moments. Now let's talk about our consumers. If you look at some of the stats up there, they're staggering. 66% of smartphone users will turn to their smartphone for an I want to know after a TV commercial. Why do you think that is? Think about it. Why do they turn to their phone after a commercial? They don't want to be sold. Do they trust the commercial? They don't trust it. There's no trust because we don't want to be sold. So we turn to a micro moment to find something, to validate it, see if it was real, check out reviews, and see how it works. That's how a micro moment works. Check out the other number. 82% of smartphone users are looking at local businesses in a geographic area. That's huge for today's entrepreneurs. That's huge for your business. Finding real estate, being able to search local based on geolocation, and obviously finding the house they're sitting in front of while they're sitting in front of it. Look at the I want to do. I want to do 100 million hours of I want to how-to videos I want to do. My son wants to learn how to be a YouTuber on YouTube. How-to video how to do that. My daughter wants to learn how to cook vegan because she wants to be vegan. She doesn't need me. YouTube, search, how-to, it'll tell you everything. So the micro moment's there. And then what about when I want to buy? And if the retailers in this world aren't scared, they should be. 82% of people are turning to their smartphone while they're in the store comparing stuff right there on the spot. So you have to think about, let's take this to real estate for a second. What are your micro moments? How about when they close, when they like something, when they found that home out of the 20 you've showed them? When they're actually excited about something, when they're doing something, when they're with you, those are micro moments. The question is how do you capture them? How are you sharing their micro moments because they're busy finding a home? So if you could find ways to capture, let me ask you this. If you just captured some of their happy points of their process, because it's not all happy in real estate, is it? There's times where it's just like, please get me out of this house. The kitchen's terrible. But when you find the one that they love, and you capture that, and you share that after the fact, do you think they'll appreciate that? These are things that'll differentiate you. Now, every moment right now, people are trying to create micro moments. So that's where we tie in the Instagrams and everything else. But we've also lived in an emoticon world too. This is shocking. My 75-year-old dad is using emoticons. Emojis. He's using them. I'm shocked. Sometimes he doesn't know what the hell they mean. I'm like, did you really mean to send that one? You better understand what that one means. Let me explain. Did you send it to others? Let me ask you. Because they don't know, but we're living in an emotional, quick, fast-paced world. So these are the micro moments that we share. Now, this is my favorite part, is the story. You all have a story, and I'll tell you what, your story is your brand. And if you're not creating a story of micro moments about your brand, when you're showing, how you're showing, why you're hustling, what you're doing this weekend, and you're that secret agent, you're losing. People want a visual experience about what you're doing. They want to see you're working. They want to see what you're showing. You could be showing 5 other people properties, but that share of that micro moment might get my attention to work with you. Versus someone who's not sharing the micro moment, I don't know they exist. Right? So we've got to learn to capture more of it. So Instagram Stories comes out not that long ago when people were all worried about Snapchat dominating the world. Instagram Stories is one of those fabulous ways to not only capture video, but to capture those micro moments. What's Instagram do really well? Visual marketing. That's what it does really well. Captures visual marketing. Today, your phones are better cameras than almost anything that's been created on the marketplace other than DSLR and other stuff. It's amazing what we can capture. It's a brand. How many of you in the room, just curious, have a hashtag strategy? Anyone give me some hashtags? What's your hashtag? What is it? Hashtag? Dreams approved daily? Daily. Cool. What's yours? Who had a hand up here? Who had a hashtag? Give it. Yell aloud. Hashtag arrived Portland. Cool. All right, now, for those who don't know, who needs to know what a hashtag strategy even is? Be honest. That's why I'm here. Listen to the rumbling. I'm not going to show him. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. No, stop. Listen. So listen. The hashtag world, we have to understand, you need to build an audience. If you're going to go on Instagram and have Instagram stories or anything, you need to have a hashtag strategy. That hashtag is simply this. It's a word or string of words that's searchable in that platform. So for example, if you need to build an audience because you only have like 10 followers, your hashtag needs to get into certain areas of people that you want to follow you. So if I hashtag real estate Portland, people that are searching for real estate Portland will see my stuff and engage with me. So you have to sometimes think, what would my consumers, my potential clients, what would they search for just in general or in real estate? What are some keyword terms they would search for in general that you'd want to talk to? What are they? Go ahead, talk. We're live. Let's go. Best what? School systems, correct. School systems. So if you had a hashtag related to the school systems of your market area or best school systems in your area, they might search for that by hashtagging that kind of content. You will find that potential customer. Was there another one someone said over here? Another search word. One more. Neighborhoods. Hashtagging the neighborhoods in Portland or wherever your market is. The other hashtag you need to have is your brand. Your own personal brand needs to be hashtagged in your posts because it's synonymous with what you're posting. How many brokers in the room own brokers, managers of offices? Awesome. Here's another idea. You need a hashtag for your office because here's why. If you were going to tell me about your culture and about how cool your office is and all the stuff you do, you could tell me that, or you could hashtag all of your posts and simply go to the search bar and type in that unique hashtag. Like mine, for example, my personal hashtag, feel free to go check it out, is go hashtag Lobb Life. It's a fun little personal thing I do with my family and kids. You go search that, you will see everything about me and my kids. You'll know them by name. They have their own hashtags themselves, and you'll see pretty much in one screenshot. So if I'm a broker, how do I share the experience and culture? Create the hashtag, attach it to everything that's involved with culture, and when you're interviewing that next person, you pull up that hashtag and you'll see all of those photos come into play. Could I hashtag homes that I've sold? Yes, Jeff sold homes. Jeff's homes sold in Portland. I could show a customer on the fly all the homes I've sold. By pulling up that hashtag, that search, here they are. But you have to have the strategy behind it. Does that make sense? Let's go to stories. Stories is that video component. It's that Snapchat feature we were looking for. Okay? It'll let you do videos on the fly. It'll let you kind of create that 24-hour life, and then it's gone. But truthfully, is it really gone? Is anything really gone? Just be careful. Nothing's ever really gone. Ever. So it gives you that capture. It's right there on top of your screen. You know, we have to look at from the recording of video to whether we're taking pictures, we have to understand that video is taking over our world. So if you're not leveraging short micro moments of video, that is where our consumers' eyeballs are going. So whether it's taking photos, videos, creating all sorts of beautiful marketing pieces wrapped around your Instagram story, I think it's one of the most visual platforms we have out there today, which is why Facebook saw it as a potential an acquisition to purchase. It's a visual platform, and guess what? Good marketing is very visual. All right, so you could do all sorts of cool stuff. I mean, you could draw with a pen. You could swipe and go to filters. You can circle some stuff and say, look, this is the pool I was talking about. Like, you know, you're previewing a home. You take a picture of it. You can show some cool stuff by highlighting it and make that marketing along with your hashtag strategy. Okay? You'll find that once you start hashtagging certain groups of people, you will get more followers from those groups. Remember, our business is simple. Who's our customer? Anybody. 99.5% of the people I talk to on social, offline, get in line with coffee, live and own and rent a home. So my customer could come from anywhere, any place, anytime. Okay? You could do all sorts of stuff with features and unique stuff behind the scenes. You could share, you could connect socially with it. It'll push to Facebook and everything else. So Instagram should be one of the prime visual platforms you're looking at, with stories being your micro moments, capturing them. So here's a question I get all the time. But Jeff, which one do I use? Oh my God, it's so overwhelming. Oh my God, Jeff, do I Snapchat? Do I go on? Who's got time for all this? The answer is not that difficult. It's really freaking simple. You have one thing to ask yourself. Where are my customers? Wherever they are, you go there. Simple. So, do you need Snapchat? I don't know. Are your customers there? If they are, go there. If it's Instagram today, Instagram. Where are my customers? Like, I'm on Snapchat to stay in touch with my son and my kids because that's where they are. Most of my customers, not all, most of my clients, and you got to pick and choose your battles, most of my clients are still on Facebook and Instagram today. YouTube sometimes. That's where they are. But you have to be willing to be where they are front and center. Not like, oh yeah, I've got an Instagram account. Who cares? We all have that. Costs you nothing. What are you doing with it is the question. How are you getting my attention? Because guess what? You're not getting my attention, but someone else is. Remember that. Someone else is. So you also have built into Instagram, you've got Messenger too. You've got built-in Messenger where you could private message people. You could have that direct connection that when you finally do start to connect online, you can connect with them a bit, still online, but kind of off as well with private messaging. Take advantage of Messenger. By these slides, this is being recorded, you could have access to all this stuff, so don't sweat it. That's why I have the screenshots for you. You can also send video, little video clips on Messenger for Instagram. So pick and choose your battles, pick and choose wisely. When you take a look at it, it's real simple to do. There's only usually 2 or 3 buttons. So for those who feel intimidated, you just have to just go do it. All right, so let's talk about Facebook Messenger for a second. My favorite platform right now, one of my favorites, save the last one, my favorite. Why is Facebook Messenger so important? This is the first year ever I am getting more people Facebook messaging me than text. Why is it so powerful? Think about this for a second. Why is it so powerful? Do I need my phone? Do you need my phone number to get me? Facebook Messenger? No. Do you need my email address to get me? No. You just have to be on Facebook to get a hold of me. How crazy is that? Most people, I don't know, I don't have their phone numbers or email addresses yet. But I am talking to them on Messenger. It's my go-to. So the power of that, think about this. If I want to get a hold of the CEO of Zillow, Spencer, can I get a hold of Spencer? I don't have his phone number. Don't have his email address. Pretty busy guy. Don't mean to throw him under the bus for live. But I can message him. He's on Facebook. Now, he may not read my message or get back to me, but I could get to him. I have direct access into his #1 remote control of his life, his phone. Directly there. Think about the power of that. That's where we have it, but we don't understand how powerful it is. You could share text and photos and videos. I'll tell you, my favorite thing to do with Messenger is this. And it's simple because I hear it talked about a lot, but no one does it. How many of you had a birthday on Facebook? You know what I mean? 100. Happy birthday. Some people don't even have the energy to type happy birthday. It's happy BT. You just spell it out. Can't even spell it. BTHDY. Like, really? The A killed you? Like, you couldn't type the A? Really? Means so much. Can you possibly respond? I don't do that. Listen, it's great. My job, as in your job, as in Gary Vee and anybody else we follow, says, my job is to get attention. I gotta get their attention. I take 2 seconds. Hey, now, by the way, on Facebook Messenger, you have to push and hold the button to do the video. I hate that. It gives me only like a certain amount of seconds. I don't want to be restricted. I go to my regular little video camera. Hey, it's Jeff. Listen, I know you're super busy, and I'll use these words. I just wanted to take a microsecond of your life because I know how busy it is on Facebook and all the noise. I just wanted to wish you personally happy birthday, man. I know, we don't connect as often. That personal little message, I save it, I send it on Messenger, I get a reply back in minutes versus all of that other stuff happening. Or what about, hey man, I know the closing was crazy today. Sorry, it was a little bit stressful. You're going to love your new home. Please, let's stay in touch. I'll come see you guys next week. Boom. Video, Messenger, directly in their phone. They'll pay attention to it. That's how you leverage simple tools. Try it. You'll see how it works. All right, then my favorite. My favorite is live. Now I'm going to make a statement you could disagree with. I think Facebook Live is more powerful than TV and television broadcast. It is. As crazy as it is one of the most powerful. And I waited patiently for Periscope and Meerkat. And everyone's like, Jeff, you got to get on. And I'm like, yeah, I can play with Periscope. I am waiting for the platform where my clients are. I'm waiting. I don't want to build another whole new audience. Not saying it doesn't work. I just wanted the platform where the people I want to talk to that matter are. When I go live, here's some challenges I faced at first. First of all, you're either intimidated. What do I say? We say the same nonsense all the time. When I go live, think about this for a second. Think about local television first in your market. If I'm overseas somewhere, can I necessarily see Channel 2 or Channel 4 or Channel 5? Can I get it over there sometimes? Maybe not. When I go live, who could see me? Everybody, everywhere, as long as I have the audience. It could be anywhere through this device, and it cost me nothing. What did it cost me to be on broadcast TV? A fortune. Now, here's where I got intimidated. First go live, and we're live right now. Hopefully it's still live, doesn't matter. You have to learn these 3 words. I don't care. I don't care what my hair looks like today. I don't care what the background is. Like, I mean, obviously within some reasoning of common sense. Like, oh, you want to shoot live now? Well, what are you going to wait for? Like, just hold up your darn camera. Now, the goal is have something to say that matters. And I'm going to give you a couple examples, but here's where I got intimidated. First, I'm doing my first live. I'm like I do this office hours with Jeff thing. It's a hashtag, by the way. Hashtag office hours with Jeff, brand. Hold it up, and I'm doing and all of a sudden I see there's like 8 or 9 people live. And I'm like, after 10 minutes, I'm like, that's terrible. Like, where the hell is everybody? Well, think about it for a second. Right now, if we want to go live, you're busy doing stuff. You're on a listing appointment. You're doing something. We're busy. But the power still lies in after I'm done. When I hit done and finish, it saves it to my camera roll. It saves it to my wall. And that wall is what? Shareable by everybody, everywhere that's connected to me. So if I'm doing in my open house, I'm doing a tour of the community. If you're not down there live talking to the business owners of your community, I don't want to see a picture of the local coffee shop going, oh, it's great coffee. I want you to go prospect and talk to the coffee owner when he's done with his coffee run, because he knows about 500 people more than I do. And you get him on live, and let's talk about why his coffee shop is so great. You think a business owner wouldn't mind the local publicity of a live stream from your local agent to your audience? First of all, could that get you more referrals? Could that get you an introduction to somebody you never met before? That's how you use live. Don't just show me the open house stuff. Connect the people. It's always about the people, not about the business itself. So I used to get intimidated with 10 people. Then I saw the shares. Then 3 days later, I see the views building. And it's 1,000, and it's 3,000. I'm like, holy crap, it's going. Like, I don't know who's looking at it, but people are watching. When you're going to share real estate information, I'll tell you a really good story. He's probably live watching me now. Helped him do this stuff a while back. His name's Jerry. I won't be too specific, but Jerry. Jerry's a mortgage person. He's got a buddy that's in the real estate business. They teamed up. Tom and Jerry show. It's cute, right? And you know what? He used those 3 words. I don't care. So what? I'm going to stumble a little bit. So what? I'm going to say something that's just off a little bit. Just be professional. So I'm watching his live stream from an open house. And by the way, I don't need to go see this. Oh, here's the kitchen. Like, if you can't tell that's the kitchen, you don't need to show that to be live, please. Like, I don't need that little, like, oh, here's the bathroom. No, tell me something that matters about that house. Just show me the 3 things that are important. So here comes the mortgage. So he's got Tom live. Tom's talking about the bedrooms and the baths, all this cool stuff, all right? Here comes Jerry, the mortgage guy. What do you think I think a mortgage person is going to talk about? Well, let me tell you about how we can get you pre-qualified. No, it was, hey, let me tell you about why Woodbridge, New Jersey, where this house is special. This is the only town, if you don't know this is the only town that has 3 train stations and 3 places to commute to Manhattan. If you're a commuter to the city, this is one of the best. And he's telling me all about the town, stuff I never heard of. It was fabulous information. He gave me something that mattered. What's important to me? My life, my career. Give me something simply good and use those 3 words. I don't care. Just do it, right? So you could broadcast live from a couple different spots. You can go live from your personal page, and you go live from your business page. So here's your question I'm sure you're thinking about. Which one's better, Jeff? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I'll tell you what I do. I find more people are engaging in my stuff on my personal page, and then I share it to my business page, so it's there as well. That's what I'm finding is working today, because I'm getting more engagement. Soon enough, I'm sure, the business platform, because guess what? Why should it be on the business page? Because now I could promote it, I could run an ad around it, and I could push it through the advertising platform, targeted to people I want to target. That's why it needs to be there. Okay, let's take a look at how simple it is to do. You got 3 choices. You can actually send it to the public or locally your friends, so you can have a choice of who you're broadcasting it to. It's simple as anything. As you type in, literally go live, the description of where you're going, using a few hashtags is okay there too, and go live. It gives you a countdown. When you're done, it's finish, save the camera roll, and then eventually share it. The quality's great. Flicking the camera in and out works well too. And you guys got to understand that this is part of where our consumers' eyeballs are going. I think Steve talked about it this morning as well. Now I'll give you one quick advanced tip to kind of wrap this up, is if you're going to do an event, here's a way to get more people's attention. Schedule it as an event. Right now they don't have a proper tool necessarily in there. There's some that are cultivating. But you can create an event in Facebook saying, my open house will be 12 o'clock on Sunday. Tune in. I'll show you this awesome house with just reduced price. I'm doing an event next Tuesday I'm scheduling. Animoto is a company that's coming to my house to shoot film. I'm scheduling it as a live event, 2 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday. So I could create an event around it. Real simple, you put in the event, put in your name, put in your hashtags, create the time, and boom, it's a Facebook event I can share with people to get their attention. Last tip is, if you like somebody you're following, as soon as they're done broadcasting, it gives you an option to hit the follow button. So when they go live again, it'll pop up as a notification. So if you want to follow that person because you get good value out of, follow them for more tips, insights, and the notifications of it. All right, so let's recap this real quick. Micro moments is the word you need to remember today. Your life is in it. You need to capture around it, around micro moments. Instagram, one of the most visual platforms for marketing, leveraging stories and photos with a hashtag strategy. Jot down at least 10 or 15 hashtags that make sense and start to use them. Copy and paste them if you need to so you don't keep typing them all the time. Same 10 or 12, copy and paste. And live stream to not only just broadcast to the world, but to create your brand, create your culture, and to highlight and elevate other people besides you that'll turn into referral business. Hope I gave you some tips today. Thanks, guys.
Jeff, I want to thank you for being my only Facebook Live viewer to hashtag Justin's Hot Yoga Show. So thank you for that. We're talking about these tools, Instagram, Facebook Live, and all this. And let's talk about the other side of it. Something that I've paid a lot of attention to in your world, and you've been kind of an advocate in this area, is this concept of social damage. So you're starting to get into these tools, and yet you need to be cognizant of what you're saying. Can you dive into that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, we have a lot of power. Unfortunately, we don't realize the power we have. By being able to put something out to the universe, good or bad, I think the challenge here is what do the people think that I'm not directly connected with? Meaning, I might want to talk about politics. I might want to I have the power, and yes, I have I'm an American, and I can have the right to speech. And you might get this crazy engagement of 20 people. My concern is, and you might not care, and I got a lot of people that argue this debate. I get into a lot of personal debates over it. But what about the other 10,000 people who say nothing but think you're an absolute ass and absolutely will not talk to you again? That's my concern, because they don't tell you. They just cut you off and say, I can't believe this person is that person. And truthfully, we get emotional. I will not talk to them again.
Okay. So how can I avoid that? I mean, what is my filter? What should I be thinking about?
It's conscious choice. It really is. There's too many people that say, listen, this is I am allowed to have a voice, and I don't care if they don't want to do business with me. That is your business, and I'm thrilled that, because guess what? I'll take your business. I'm okay with that. If you really want to ruin client relationships, it's okay. That's a business choice we make. Just the obvious stuff you shouldn't be talking about are obvious. Race, religion, politics, all that stuff that fires people up. There was a cool example that literally, even in my own household, we get into this debate to where we literally get almost in fisticuffs of battling between who's the president, who's not the president, all this other nonsense. It gets very, very personal and emotional to where you don't realize how escalated it gets.
So something to be cognizant of. So let's shift gears a little bit, and so you're using Facebook Live and Instagram stories, and you're really starting to create content. But how do you avoid this kind of feeling of becoming like narcissistic, right? It's all about me and everyone. I'm the star of my own movie, and everyone cares what's on my mind. How do you still balance engaging with what's important to other people while you're still trying to promote your own brand?
Sure. I think you have to have a balance. I think, although I couldn't get into it on the stage today, is that the most important thing I talked about and do a session on is engaging your potential businesses and clients. How do you get them? How do you make them the rock star with you? Because if I can go into a local business that serves my community, that has 300 people in line every day for breakfast or coffee, and I highlight them, first of all, I need to be able to prospect without getting prospected. I want to be able to create a relationship. If I put them on a live stream at 12 noon when he finally gets a break, and I highlight their business and make them important, I might really have a good chance of connecting deeper into a relationship with his clients and or referrals. We have to learn to highlight them, the people, not just us.
Right.
That's the happy balance.
So you have one of my favorite phrases, which is, don't touch me, don't poke me, don't drip on me.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
First of all, I think the terms we use in this business are a little creepy. Being poked, or when I hear somebody, and I know we're all guilty of it, but how many touches do you have in your clients? How many times you touch your clients? I'm like, that's just creepy. Stop saying it. Like, that's just we don't need to touch anybody. Let's just, and then and the whole dripping on me and stuff. That's just annoying. Like, digital junk mail is my hot button. I'm still on a mission to fix it. I don't need chicken parm recipes sent to my inbox. I don't need you to send me digital crap. I really want someone to connect with me as a person that if you knew me, actually, here's the point. If you put me in a list and you paid attention to what I post as a human, because you paid attention, you would know I've got 6 kids, I coach football, I like sports, I like to hunt and fish. You would know that. You would even know I'm on this stage today if you paid attention. So don't send me the chicken recipes and the nonsense that I'll never cook in my life. You're wasting your time.
Lastly, you went into this whole concept of hashtags and building a strategy around it, and I was hoping that you would share a story that I actually saw come through your Facebook page about being at one of your son's basketball games and people actually referring to your children as hashtags. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I actually did want to tell that story. I'm glad you asked that. I couldn't have said that one up better. So we've created the fun brand of hashtag Lobb Life, just as a spoof early in the day when we're talking about hashtag strategy, and I do one for my business as well. So Lobb Life is all the stuff about what do I do with my family and kids in the crazy world we have with 6 kids. So we just kind of hashtag everything related to that. And, we created hats and some branding and all stuff. So here we are at my son's 14-year-old basketball game. The game's over. And several girls come over to my son to congratulate him on his game. And here's my little Rugrats running around. And the girl stopped in her tracks, 14-year-old girl, and went, "Is that Lobb Life?" And my 14-year-old kid turns like red, like, yeah, that's them. Because he's a part of it, but he's too cool at 14. So meanwhile, she's like, oh my God, there's the Coop, and there's my son's Cooper, and there's Grayson. Where's the Oak? Where is the Oak? My son's Oakley. I have him hashtag the Oak in my thing. And they acknowledged it as if it was some kind of reality TV show. And I stood there and I said, I can't make this up. Like, she was so intrigued by all this stuff. Oh my God, how were you guys at the park last week? She knew everything we were doing. And a little scary and creepy, but that's a brand. It's a brand that she recognized it, and that's how we should be building our brand, so you're known as that person. That's how simple it is.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll be back later. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks.